No, the next big question is we actually here. And we are, well, welcome everyone to my weekly wellness discovery show. The little thing we do every Wednesday, whether you're joining me live or watching the rerun, I'm glad to have you here. I'm Danny Kate, if you haven't met me yet, and you're going to learn a little bit about me here shortly. So this week, basically, I'm going to do what I always do is share things that I've learned along the way that are going to help you to have a nice, long-lasting life where you look good, feel good, and all the good things that go with those good things. So, and to do that, the best thing to do is to be educated on natural ways that you can have better health. So I'm here to share that with you. And today, we're going to get into something that is literally everywhere. Now, I know this is something that is just starting to really come out a lot more into the public, thought, but it hasn't been spoken about enough. It's the hidden dangers of microplastics. Now, if you've been in my wellness center lately, you'll notice that there's already a few articles on that. 5 everyday habits that could be exposing you to plastic toxins. So check that out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it's really easy. I'm going to put the link up above for the end of the show today, where you just put in your name, your email address, and that's all there is to it. It's pretty easy, and just away you go. You're going to find all of a sudden that you have all these recipes. There's going to be interviews in there with all kinds of experts and a whole lot more. So don't miss out on that. Like I say, there'll be a link up above at the end of today. Okay, a little bit about me. How I actually came into being a wellness educator was by having to learn things the hard way. My little buddy Lime here is part of my story. He's got a little button that says education is key. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it up for you. But Lime, he's a mascot for a disease called Lyme disease, and that was my main educator. I was bit by a tick, and it took 4.5 years to figure out what was wrong with me, and then a few more years to figure out what to do and how to do it and to actually get it done. So in all of that, there wasn't much help from mainstream medicine except for one doctor. And the rest I had to figure out for myself. So basically, what I do now is I take all the information that I have learned since the late 90s, and I take that and I put it all together. It's in my wellness site that I was just telling you about. I share it on these shows for you, in my blogs, and a whole lot more, because basically I want to help you improve your life by showing you the different ways that you can live in harmony with nature. Now, I know there isn't a one size fits all, so take what you like and leave the rest. It's exactly what I did, and it worked. But it's going to give you the power to really enjoy your best life. So thanks for being here. The fact that you're here, it speaks volumes. Now, if you were with me last week, you'll remember we talked about an upcoming show. It's actually next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday, I should say. The Dirty Truth About Everyday Products. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Also, we talked about what happened last month, the nutrition wake-up call. I'm still hearing about that, by the way. Thanks. Keep the feedback coming. I'm loving that. And also 2 new wellness articles and videos. So, and they're there basically to help you make the most out of your eating, your supplements, your lifestyle, and more. So, if you want to get more details, it's in the recent issue, came out last Wednesday, Vitality for Life monthly e-newsletter. If you haven't found it yet, check your inbox, check your spam, check your promotions. You'll be surprised. That little sneaky thing hides in all kinds of places. Okay, so about these microplastics, I'm going to sort of paint a scenario for you, whether you're the dad or the mom of the house, it doesn't matter. You're preparing a nice warm meal for your family. You carefully put everything on the plates for everybody. You package up all the leftovers in plastic containers so you can take them to work and throw them in the microwave, or maybe even use them for tomorrow's dinner, who knows, right? And it all seems like a typical, normal, harmless thing to do. But what if I told you that with every single bite, there are tiny little itty teeny weeny bits and pieces of plastic? They're so small that you won't be able to see them, but they are big enough to totally mess up our body's natural balance. And in fact, they might even be finding their way into that next meal. All depends. Now, these microplastics, they are unfortunately everywhere. And while we often think of plastic pollution as a problem out there, floating in the ocean, we hear about that, or piling up in the landfills. What we really need to be concerned about as well is how much this is hitting our home and our own lives. Now, again, these are some things that might surprise you. Some research that's been coming out. You might have been hearing it, in the wellness news lately. They're discovering that these microplastics are in places that they really shouldn't be, like in human placentas. Every organ, that very organ that nourishes our growing babies, is now loaded with microplastics. Also, it's coming out of the breast milk for these same babies, and that's a source of life. It's an immunity booster for these babies. So this plastic should not be in there. Also, it crosses the blood-brain barrier because they are tiny enough to get into the human brain. Kind of scary. Now, these microplastics, they're just tiny fragments of plastic. They're more often smaller than a little grain of sand, but it comes from the breakdown of everyday products that we use, like water bottles, food containers, laundry, uh, soap containers, synthetic fabrics, and even cosmetics. That's one that a lot of people don't think about. And over time, what happens is they fragment into very tiny microscopic particles that are going to, sneak into our environment, our food, and as a result, ultimately our bodies as well. And it's not just the plastic itself that is something we should be concerned about. It's the other things like the BPA and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word, which can interfere with hormones, it can increase your cancer risk, and it potentially can affect a child's development. And it's a very scary thought, but it's also a very powerful one at the same time, because once we're aware, we can actually do something to reduce our exposure and protect what matters the most to us, our health and the health of our families. So, where do we start? That's the good part. You don't have to make any, massive drastic changes overnight. It's the small mindful choices that are going to go a long ways. So I'm just going to start listing off 5 simple things that we can do to reduce some of the microplastic exposure in our lives. Biggest one is avoid microwaving plastic containers. When I did have a microwave, I got out of that real quick and started using glass, and don't put plastic on top. Take another plate and put that upside down on top of it, or if a bowl is big enough, that's great, because heating plastic releases a lot of the harmful chemicals. So you don't want that. All right. The other thing you can do is you can, get away from the plastic water bottles to using glass ones or stainless steel. And studies are showing that the bottled water can contain thousands of microplastic particles per liter. That's just 1 liter. Can you imagine over a lifetime? A little bit scary. Also, you want to avoid putting these plastic things into the dishwasher. You can hand wash them, that's fine, but the dishwasher gets really, really hot, and that's going to cause the plastic to break down faster, and it's going to release more of those microplastics, which you don't want. Best thing is to, again, switch out for glass or stainless steel food storage containers. That's your best bet. Can also choose fresh foods over the the glass packaged options over canned foods. And the reason you want to avoid canned foods is because many of them are lined with plastic coatings, and that can leach those harmful chemicals and whatnot into your food. So look for alternatives where you can. I know when I do buy things, I do my best to buy it in glass jars wherever possible, or make it myself. Also, you want to go natural when it comes to shopping for your clothing and the household fabrics, here we go again, a little bit, just wash it, can't do anything with it, sorry. The synthetic fabrics, they generally tend to shed a lot of microplastics during the washing. So you can switch to natural fibers, cotton, wool, bamboo, linen. Consider also using a washing machine filter or a HEPA vacuum to help to reduce the plastic fibers that are in your home. So every single choice we make, be it, from the bottles that we drink out of to the clothes that we wear, it all has a ripple effect. And those ripples can lead to healthier families, healthier you, and of course, a healthier planet. And don't forget, Earth Day is coming up very soon. Now, if this conversation has got you thinking a little bit and the wheels are spinning in your head and you might even have a little bit of concern going on, I'd love to invite you to come and join us for this upcoming Vitality for Life show this coming Wednesday, The Dirty Truth About Everyday Products, because we are going to talk about that as well. We're going to uncover a lot more about some of the other hidden toxins that are hiding in our everyday items. And we're going to also give you some practical ways for you to be able to have a safer, healthier home from these things. Now, that's going to be again this coming Wednesday on April 9th. That'll be at 8 p.m. for the East Coast people and 5 p.m. for us West Coast people and, everything else in between. And really, the bottom line is your home should be a nice, safe place for you to be, not a source of, hidden dangers. So I do encourage you to join us for this eye-opening event. Learn how you can detox yourself, your home, your daily routine in very easy and affordable ways. So I'm going to put the link up above for you. Grab your spot at the end of today. And even if you can't make it, grab a spot anyways, because when the replay comes out, you'll be one of the very first ones to get it. And that way, when you do have time, you can kick back with your favorite beverage, put your feet up, and literally enjoy the show. So again, I will have a link up above, but if you want me to send you the link directly, you're more than welcome to do that. Just DM me. That's easy peasy. And so just to recap today's show, again, microplastics are everywhere. They're everywhere from food and water to right into the human placenta and breast milk. And they carry a lot of harmful chemicals with them that are going to disrupt hormones and affect our health. Other small changes that can make a big impact. Avoid using plastic in the microwave. Don't throw those plastics into your dishwasher. Switch to the reusable bottles. Try to choose natural, fibers when you're selecting clothing and fibers for around the house. All of this is going to help to reduce your exposure and protect your family. Now, if you want to learn more about this, there is more in my wellness center. There's some great articles, 4 ways going green can be good for you. Dr. Daggy has a fantastic laundry to landscape system that some of you might actually be able to implement. I would love to do it myself. And also, there's a fantastic diet that's a win-win for both your health and the planet. So if you are ready to honor Earth Day by making healthier choices for both you, your body, and the planet, join us for this show because you're going to discover products that will help keep you and your home safe from hidden toxins while supporting a cleaner environment. Again, just drop a comment or send me a message today, or, if you want, just drop the word plastic in the comments, and I know that that's my cue to get a hold of you to see how I can help you to get this information. Because all of it is going to give you those nice, small, powerful steps towards having a healthier you and a healthier planet for all of us. Now, if you're a keener like me and you love learning stuff, you're more than welcome to join my wellness community on Facebook is Danny's Wellness Tribe. I'll have that link up above along with the link for you to register for the upcoming wellness show. And again, you're always welcome to message me for any of the links or any of the comments I've made, or maybe there's a subject on your mind that's totally unrelated. Feel free to DM me. Love to help you. So next week, I'm going to share, well, actually, yeah, you're going to be with me on this coming Wednesday, all the details about our upcoming show. I'm going to get into it on the wellness show that we're on right now, next Wednesday, The Dirty Truth About Everyday Products. So I can't wait to see you there. I hope you join me. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you on our next event. And in the meantime, here's to you and your family's good health. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to try to escape out of the share screen so I can actually see you and wave to you. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.